Welcome. Episode 5 of the Nerd Boys podcast. And I swear we have a new update for y'all every time we get up on this thing. Nerd Boys has a Facebook page. I think that's the most popular thing we got right now, which kind of blows my mind. But we got a guest on here as well. Harm, aka Jason, aka Talk to Me Nice, aka I guess you can call him a SoundCloud rapper, but I mean, he too nice for that. But go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. So what's good, y'all? You checking in with Harm OLA and the Nerd Boys podcast. You know what it is? Tell them, get in tune, kid. All that good stuff, man. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Okay. We're going to have Chrono go first this week.
Oh, I got to go first? Damn.
You're the only one that ain't went first yet.
What up, though? It's Chrono, and I just want to say thank you to all the subscribers. Also, thank you to my sister Della, aka Dockin, who has updated our little thumbnail. So we'll try and get her on the podcast soon, but a special shout out to you, Della.
Yes, sir.
Yo, the work she's been doing is nice. Just side note.
Really good. Rabbit.
Yo. It's your boy Rabbit. You know what it is. I just want to give a special shout out to Alicia. She's giving us a lot of feedback for our mics and what programs to be under, like iHeartRadio. That was a big thing from her. So I wanted to say thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That's Music Bay?
No, that ain't Music Bay.
I thought that was Music Bay. Come on.
Sky.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Skies. Anyways, just a big shout out to everyone that's been supporting us. Harm is one guy that I've been shouting out the past couple weeks. I'm glad that we have him on today. Everyone else has been supporting. It's phenomenal. Like AK said, we made a Facebook page and motherfuckers were joining that bitch like it was fucking, I don't know, bro. It was kind of impressive. But yeah, so just appreciate all the support.
Okay, and as they already know, is AK in the building. We're going to start with the artist interview today, similar to what we did last week. So, Sky, since this is your guest, we're going to let you go ahead and throw the first couple of questions out there, and everybody's just going to jump in from there.
So, I've known Harm here for a while. We went to high school together, basically. This little bodunk town. So I've known him for a while. It's cool seeing like what he does and everything from the outside in. But that doesn't mean I know the full story. That doesn't mean I know everything about how everything went down because I wasn't there. So give me a little bit of a description about how the music thing came about, because to me it was like, I don't know. There were people were talking about it, and then all of a sudden, like Dorito Day dropped and shit like that, and like I just didn't know how it came to fruition. So like, what was the inspiration, or what made you start that, and shit like that?
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna try to give like a clear answer because there's really a multitude of things, but basically, like growing up, I was never really into music like that. And then all of a sudden, I just kind of found rap, and it was the only music that made me feel something. Not really a particular, like, I don't know how to explain it, like a particular feeling like I had to go do something, but it was like the only music that moved me, if you feel what I'm saying.
Yeah. So,
and around high school, like I said, it's kind of multiple things that happened, but I was going through like a bad time. My aunt passed away from cancer. I was going through it with this girl I'd been seeing for a minute too, and then a rapper that I had recently discovered named L.A. Capone got shot and killed. And I was kind of into Chicago rap at the time, and the biggest thing that really drew me to Chicago rap was all these rappers that were in Chicago that I was listening to were kind of the same age as me. And like, to me, that was crazy. I was like, damn, like these people are my age making music. And then after L.A. Capone got shot, I was just sitting down one day and I was like, man, I could do that, man. He's my age. Like I can make music. So that's like probably the biggest thing that pushed me to making music. But it was just like a thing that was fun at first too, to get my mind off of, you know, my aunt's passing and all the other stuff I was going through at that time.
Right. Now, another thing, just to kind of, I guess, piece off this topic, to my knowledge, that's kind of the way like things started, but it was like a lighthearted kind of like thing at first. Am I wrong? Or like, because it's definitely developed into more of something that I think you're actively trying to pursue, or how is that dynamic from where you started to where you are now?
Yeah, I definitely remember hearing him say there was a turning point, and where he wanted to actually start pursuing it greatly. What was that jump off for you?
Oh yeah, okay. So basically what led into that was, like Sky said, at first I was just doing it for fun, and it was just a hobby. I mean, it still kind of is, but really just the past like 2 months is where I've started taking it serious. And what made me take it serious was when I started doing it for fun, and even to this day of me making music, which has been a couple years now, I've never pushed my music onto people. Like, I've never been in their DMs saying, please watch this, or in their DMs, please share this, or please support me. Like, because if people like your music, they're going to gravitate towards it, you know? And I don't want to be that annoying SoundCloud rapper that everybody knows that has seen them do that before.
You mean YouTube rapper?
Talk
to me nice.
He go off, let him go.
Yeah, or YouTube rapper. But so all my time making music, you know, you're gonna have your haters, you're gonna have your supporters. But even when I was doing it for fun, I'd always hear certain people would just like to mention like, oh well, you'll never do anything off of it. And it never bugged me though, because I was always like, well, I'm not trying to be like a rapper, it's just fun to me. But after a while of hearing everybody always tell me this, I was like it started to like really, excuse my language, started really to like piss me the fuck off. Because I feel like all my life I've heard you can't do this, you can't do that before I've ever tried something. And like really that was the turning point for me, which I've had a lot of other things that should have been a turning point that were bigger than that, but it was kind of like my own self-motivation that made me take it serious, because I was like, I haven't even tried this shit yet. Like, I haven't even tried taking myself serious. So finally I was like, man, fuck y'all, bro. Like, you like, if I'm not gonna make it big, like, I'm at least gonna wake up one day and say I'm successful off of my music. And that's pretty much my goal right now, just because I've always heard you can't before I even tried, which doesn't make sense to me. So that's kind of what led me to that path.
And it's funny because like those type of people that like always like shoot you down are the type of people that have never gone out of the realm of comfortable to try something that's uncomfortable. Whether it is rapping, whether it's doing fucking podcasts or streaming or any sort of marketing, you know, marketing yourself, you know, life coaches, shit like that, you know, have never stepped out there and want to like put their little finger on you and get that in your head as to like, you can't do this, you can't do that. Because realistically, that keyboard and that little finger is the only power they have over it. Because they're not doing anything with their life. And that's my unpopular opinion for the fucking day. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
No, that's facts, bro.
A couple more. I'm just going to kind of rapid fire mine first, just because I'm not going to be here for the full episode tonight, guys. I had some crazy stuff with work come up. So I'm going to dip off after Harm's interview. And then he's going to take my spot for the rest of the night. Don't boo him off the stage because he's a dope kid. So anyways, so my next one is the multiple perspectives of music. So, and that is more, it's a two-part question. So you recently, and this is the main part, the first part of the questions, started something called Harm Visuals. How did that get started? What does that mean to you? Like, how did that come about? Did you just pick up your fucking iPhone and be like, yo, I can shoot vids, like, or whatever, you know? Like, how'd that happen?
Okay, so basically, where we're from, because, you know, we went to school in the same area, there's no music scene. Like, closest thing to a music scene is in Benton Harbor.
Right, which is trash anyways, but continue.
The views of Skies don't reflect the whole views of the podcast.
Yeah, I'm at Benton Harbor music, bro.
You'll be live right now if y'all don't gas him up. Just know that.
But oh man. But so like when I started and I wanted to make like my first music video ever, like I was like, I don't know where to go. I don't know who to pay. I don't know who to talk to. There's nothing like this anywhere around me.
Right.
And so that's when I did the Doritos Day remix. I got my friend, one of my best friends, Drace, if he ends up listening, shout out to him. He said he wanted to get into making movies, so we grabbed this like old camera that my dad had, and we just shot a video to it in a parking lot. But from then on out, I was kind of like, it was like do it yourself from that point on. So I was like, okay, well, I can try and find people who, you know, make music videos and pay them, or I can buy my own equipment and learn it and then do it myself. So that's what I did. And it just started picking up recently because I kind of upgraded my camera equipment and all that, started doing them for more artists. So I'm like a videographer as well as an artist. Like everything's to do it yourself for me.
Right. And I think there's a certain type of like respect behind that, especially when like you can be like your own mix master, engineer, videographer, like the whole fucking, you know, shebang, you know, like there's a certain type of like respect behind that, just because like who the fuck do you need besides you, you know, like, you know, you put in the work to do it all.
Exactly.
So another big thing is since you're like making videos and stuff, like one of my I guess I want to understand the story behind this or whatever. One of my favorite songs, and I think it's one of your most popular all-time songs, is No Flaggin'. And that actually got featured on No Jumper, right?
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, so that song actually got a feature. Like it it actually did really well. Now the music video to that song, you're in like this abandoned theater, am I right? Like this like
it's a school.
Yeah, so like where the fuck was that, and how the fuck did that even come about?
Well, okay, so I mean, do you want me to start with like how the song was even like brought up, or just how we got the video?
So start with like the song and then the video.
Okay, so like I said, what I really was like into in high school is Chicago rap. And when I started making music, though, okay, because like, this is the problem. If you're a white rapper and you tell someone you like Chicago rap, the first thing they think is that you're going to be making music about gangbanging, selling drugs, and shooting people up. When I started making music, like I already had it in my head. I was like, okay, I'm not going to talk about that stuff, because in hip hop, like you have to pretty much be like truthful with everything you're saying. But me as how I am as a person already. Like I was like already gonna do that whether it was hip hop or not with any genre.
Mm-hmm.
But one day I was at work and these kids, I worked a job in Coloma, like where I'm from, my town. Not a bad town. There's no like really anything like bad going on. These kids come in and one kid's got a rag, like a bandana hanging out his back pocket. It was like a red one, and the other kid's got a blue one hanging out his back pocket too. And he was like, man, there's two white kids, by the way. He's like, man, bro, what flag you flying? Blah, blah, blah. And they're doing this in the lobby of my work. And like, I happen to hear it. And I hear it. And I'm like, man, I know these kids ain't talking about what the hell I think they're talking about. And I keep listening in. And I don't remember. It's been like a couple years now, so I remember exactly what was said. But basically, they were talking about whether one was a Blood or a Crip. And they're just some little white kids from Coloma where there's nothing like that going on. And like, it really irritated me, because I was like, music's so impressionable these days. And I've always been that kind of person that I can listen to whatever, but I'm not going to do what they're talking about in the song, because I'm, you know, like, it doesn't have that effect on me.
Right.
But some of these kids are. So
weak-minded people.
Yeah. Right. So I went home that night and I wrote this song called No Flaggin', because the whole song is like how I'm like basically saying how like I'm not like gang banging, I'm not into all that, but I'm still making like hard music. Like with me, bro, with me, my thing is, the thing that I want to like really leave an impression on to people is you can make hard music without talking about killing someone and selling drugs. If that's what you do, then go ahead and do it. But if you don't do it and you want people to respect you more, like just talk about something else. That's what I do. So going into the video though, like I made the song, I dropped it on my mixtape, and it wasn't like getting like any like traction really around the area. And I was like, I know this song's hard. Like, why are people listening? So I was like, all right, I gotta do a music video. But this is the only time I've ever done a music video that wasn't shot by like myself.
Right.
And what made me go to the guy who did it was Laka Films. What made me go to him was that No Jumper reacted to the song, and they freaked out when they played it. They're like, this is the hardest white rapper we've ever heard on the stream, blah, blah, blah. I was in my apartment freaking out because I was like, up till this point, I've never had like any like person with, I guess you could say, clout say my music was good.
Right.
So I was like, okay, that's it. I'm getting like a professional music video. So I went and did that. I meet Laka Films in Chicago because that's where he's from, coincidentally enough. And he drives me out to Gary, Indiana with him and this other guy. And we all go to this random school because I wanted to go to an abandoned place. And we just film it there. And I mean, the rest is history from there.
That's pretty crazy, man. That's pretty crazy. I remember to this day when that happened, and I had no idea what like No Jumper was. And so I went and did a little bit of research and watched the video. I was like, yo, this is a little bit big time, bro. Like these dudes saying this is good is no light words, you know? So
right.
that was pretty cool. And I guess okay, go ahead.
Well, first of all, we like 15 minutes in and you haven't let people know where we can listen to your music. Like, are you on SoundCloud, YouTube?
My bad, bro. All right, man. I'm everywhere, man. I'm on Spotify. I'm on YouTube. I'm on SoundCloud, Apple Music. I'm on streaming sites that I don't even know the names of, but I know I'm on there. It's just all Harm OLA. Just Harm space OLA. I'm on it all, man. But honestly, though, if you want to get most of my recent drops, like where I'm consistently dropping, it's going to be SoundCloud because I put everything up on there. I really could put everything on Apple Music and Spotify and iTunes and all that, but I only put songs that people really like on there because those are the ones that are in high demand. So
Right. Also, we didn't plan this by any means, guys, but also you did some collaborations with Trey Rue, guest from last week. How did that come about? Because like, I swear we didn't do that on purpose, but it just seems like that it's almost like poetic justice that happened, and how did that come about?
Okay, so basically, Rue was one of like the first rappers from Benton Harbor that I heard. Actually, he's not one of the first, but he's one of the few I really messed with when I was first getting into like the music over there. And I always thought he was so hard. I was like, bro, he's the best rapper in Benton Harbor, blah, blah. And this is when he was still over there because he's not over there now.
Right.
But so like I was like basically this like fanboy, I guess you could say, but like I didn't have him on any social media or anything. I just watched his YouTube videos. So he had like no idea who I was. And to this day, I don't even really remember how he found out who I was. I think my man Buddha, shout out to him if he listens, which he probably will. I think he shared No Jumper reacting to one of my songs, which I think it was No Flagging. And I think he had Rue on Facebook. And I think Rue commented on it like, this shit hard or something like that. I can't remember exactly. And then he sent me a friend request. And for a while we didn't talk. And then I dropped this song called New Bounce. And then he just commented on the post I dropped it. He's like, yo, let's do a remix. So I just sent him an open verse over and he jumped on it. And that's how that came about. So, I mean, it's not really some crazy story. But to me at the time, I was like, oh, man, this is so crazy. Because I really was like a fanboy. I mean, I still am a fan. I love his music, you know, but. So that's basically it with that.
Okay.
So, like, I haven't heard the song yet. So
it's gonna get played. It's gonna get played.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. That's one of the songs I downloaded.
All right, so we'll just skip over that then. I just got a few minutes before I gotta dip. So my biggest one is like who, like, now that you've taken this seriously, and you want to see this go somewhere, to whatever end is satisfiable to you. Who is or who was your biggest inspiration? Whether it be music, non-music, who really drives you and inspires you to make good music?
So artist wise, I think Chief Keef is the greatest rapper of all time. I'll say it to the day I die.
Bang bang.
But I can't really say his music kind of pushed me to make my own music, but I hate when people say this sometimes because I feel like they sound like conceited, but this really is the truth of me, what I'm about to say. Like, I'm literally like my own biggest inspiration to do this shit. Like, I was telling a couple of my actually one guy in particular, my boy Skrilla, I was telling him, because he just started getting into music too. I tell him all the time, because sometimes, as an artist, you're gonna find yourself being like, man, should I stop this shit? Man, this shit ain't working out, blah blah blah. Every artist is gonna have that. But my whole time of making music, I've never had like the OG, the big homie, the person to look up to who makes music, has been doing it longer than me, to tell me, yo bro, just keep going, like just keep doing you. I've never had that, like, ever. I had to learn all this shit myself too, like with engineering and videos and just recording. So I always am telling myself, like, when I'm in the slump, I'm like, man, like, tomorrow could be a better day. You gotta just push through this shit. But I passed that down to my boy Skrill, bro, because I'm like, bro, like, I'm trying to be that guy for you. He's not asking me to be. I'm just trying to give him a free game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to give him that push when he needs it, because I haven't had that. And I still don't have that, but I don't need it at this point, because I'm, like, just strong-willed enough to keep going, because I know what I'm trying to be.
Now, here's the thing. How do you balance the dedication and the drive that you have for music with your crazy, like, work, school, bullshit, everything else life? Because we know you're jam-packed to the fucking max. Like, you're going to school, you're working, like, what's that like?
Yeah, bro, this shit hard, man. It really is, like, music really, that's all I think about from the moment I wake up. Like, that's like what I feel like, that's like what I am. That's all I think about. That's what I breathe. Like, I really love this shit. So with having school and work on top of it, man, I get in like bad moods all the time. Like I said, I just kind of, push myself, like, hey, it'll be good. You gotta get through this bullshit ass homework. You gotta get through this stupid shift you gotta go to tonight later. But it really messes with my ability to make music in general. Like, I got so many unfinished songs that my supporters that, like, really listen to me, like, for real, that want me to drop. And, like, there's this one song I got called Charmy. I've been teasing it for forever. I hate it, but for some reason everybody likes it. I keep telling them, oh yeah, it's about to drop, but that bitch is just a hook. There's no verse yet at all.
That's so fucking funny.
Bro, I do that with all my music though, bro. And then, like, if it's a song I don't like but people like, I'm like, fuck, man, I gotta make this now, and I don't even like this shit. But it's all worth it in the end, man. It's just finding that balance, like you said. Like, it's hard, but I definitely find time. I make time.
Right. All right. I'm gonna pass the torch off now. I'll be here for a few more minutes, but everyone else, questions and shit like that.
Oh man, you took all mine, bro.
Chrono, you got anything to add?
Nah, I mean, I just respect your grind. I know what it's like personally to not have anybody in your corner, and you got to be your own self-motivation, get things done. So I can respect that, especially as a person that's trying to learn photography and graphic design and truly don't have too many people to be in my ear and say, hey, this is how you do it, minus one other person. But still, I know what that grind is like, especially that and being a student at the same time. So I just appreciate you being on here, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all having me, and I appreciate you saying that, for real.
All right, last question I got is, if you had 2 songs that you had to have somebody showcase, like, this is your embodiment of work, what would those be?
Oh, man. I guess I can't choose the songs that I like, because those aren't the ones that people like.
And for this, I pray to God. And...
Hey, how about this? One you like really well and one everybody else likes really well. Just do that.
Okay. The one everybody else likes right now is Plastic, which I can't stand that song, but I mean, I like to rap, but I like do this, like, singy shit too, and, like, people always love my singy shit for some reason, but I like to spit, bro, so fuck that shit. But so, Plastic, and oh man, I guess probably Third Strike, the song I just dropped. That's my favorite song right now with my boy 20.
I definitely got that downloaded.
Yeah, that you go hard on that one. You go hard.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate y'all having it downloaded and listening and all that.
All right. Well, we're gonna do a little break right here, and we're gonna play a couple of Harm songs in the middle of the podcast, and then when we come back, we're gonna go ahead and get into the main topics of everything. So we'll be right back, guys.
Just because your ass rap, that don't mean that we your friends. Only thing I want is money, I need all my dividends. Watch me push and start the car, switch the ghost up to a Benz. Tell my ex to keep on hating, I ain't stopping with her friends. I was down real bad, I had my dick in the dirt. Still get back up, even when the shit hurt. I deserve more than I'm getting, cause I put in all the work. Close to being fucking broke because my ethic like the flirt. Still counting up these bands while I'm working towards a vet. Look like I've been selling pros, how I'm stepping on their necks. Anybody in my way, well then them bitches getting wrecked. Still count rapping back, starting to like them more than sex. Yeah, these rappers hella sweet, I gotta keep them on their toes. Everybody wanna cheat until they find out I'm the code. Still chugging off the eye like I ain't had to hit that road. All these bitches in my DMs say they loyal, get exposed. Yeah, I'm sick of being nice, I ain't have to say it twice. You're trying to put your watch on froze, I'm trying to put your bro on ice. I will never do no capping ever once in this life. And I'm still not flagging, only way I'm living right. Me and 20 at the spot, 20 bitches and they hot. I'm gonna give them 20 chances, I don't like these 20 thoughts. Me and 20 in a 20, pulling up with 20 knots. I just dropped like 20 bangers, I just made like 20 yachts. Just because your ass rap, that don't mean that we your friends. Only thing I want is money, I need all my dividends. Watch me push and start the car, switch the ghost up to a Benz. Tell my ex to keep on hating, I ain't stopping with her friends. I was down real bad, I had my dick in the dirt. Still get back up, even when the shit hurt. I deserve more than I'm getting, cause I put in all the work. Close to being fucking broke because my ethic like the flirt.
Hey, I hear him whispering. Don't get too close to him, you know how them Flint niggas is. Hey, free my dog, I hope they knock time off his sentences. That was a Lex in case forget to hit the witnesses. Hey, and bitch, I been that dude, better get in tune. Been the realest nigga in the room since I was in the womb. Been having visions of that Bentley with the missing roof. When they picked the packed up from my city, sold the shit at school. First thing I learned in the game, nigga, patience. Second thing I learned is time can't be repaid. If you wasted, I'm a different type of nigga, you a lame. No relation at the bank, the only time you see my name on a statement. No, we got it out the pavement, no, we not the ones to play with. Better watch out what you say, my brother, find out where you stay at. He willing to shoot you once for every 100 that I pay him. Slide on you and go on Facebook just to find out if you made it,
just
nigga.
Because your ass rap, that don't mean that we your friends. Only thing I want is money, I need all my dividends. Watch me push and start the car, switch the ghost up to a Benz. Tell my ex to keep on hating, I ain't stopping with her friends. I was down real bad, I had my dick in the dirt. Still get back up, even when the shit hurt. I deserve more than I'm getting, cause I put in all the work. Close to being fucking broke because my ethic like the flirt.
Cut the beats down.
Now I'm like shout out OLA cause I got love for my crew. And I ain't putting trust in bitches, how I'm talking. Yeah. Now I'm like shout out OLA cause I got love for my crew. And I ain't putting trust in bitches, so I'm talking about you. I was 17 with dreams, had to make me a move. Like fucking trapping, started rapping, did that shit after school. Now I don't rock Balenciaga, but I caught me some trues. These bitches hate on me, but love me, told you hoes pick and choose. She say I'm classy, but I'm nasty, so she know I'm that dude. So watch your girl, I woke her up and now she don't wanna snooze. I had hundreds in my pockets, I just checked me a bag. This college shit just got me broke, but I can't be on my ass. I put the money before fun and got the bitches in last. But got your wifey back at home, she on my phone trying to smash. And I came up on the top, now I'm trying to get guap. But you know Baldy keep a Glock, but you know how I rock. Try to say you'll take my life, little boy better stop. You know that ain't the proper way that you should talk to your pops. Me and Baldy at the range and we shooting his guns, talking about our future plans and discussing our funds. He said bro, these people sleeping and they need to be woke. I said who cares, and there that bitch out to the thing shook and smoke. Bitches talking out their jaw, I think they shit must be broke. If you was hating on me then go and hate on me mo. I'm who you fuckers wanna be, but they'll still say I'm a joke. I'm Freddy Krueger in their dreams and now the girl getting poked. I was 17 years old when I turned to the man. Bitches hating on each other, they was fighting their friends. I had a couple come and slide, but only one it got in. She sucked my dick up in my rock, still had her ass on by 10. And her parents said they love me, I should visit again. I was down and had nobody out there making amends. Always kept my circle tight, but now I had lots of friends. I used to take a lot of L's, I do that shit all again. I'm a boss, you can hang, like gang. Splash like Voss on your main thing. Like dang dang, diamonds gloss, they go blang blang. And bang bang, wanna cross, hear them shots ring. Like pang pang, Randy Moss on them caught those. And dropped hoes, take a loss, you have bought those. And got blowed, fuck a cost, I cannot go. I got mo, don't try to floss, you a thought hoe. That's nachos. Bitches lying on my name, got a young man stressed. How you say I hit you up, lil' hoe, now don't try to flex. I ain't looking for a girl, so you ain't trying to have next. Like fucking man, I hate to say I'm still in love with my ex. That's why I'm worried about the dough, I'm only chasing these checks. I spent a long time on this road, they start to say that I'm next. People know I'm underrated, you can go check the specs. She like to tweet that boys are pigs, but love to offer me sex. Gang.
Hey, new bounce, jump shot, all buckets, baby, all buckets. Oh, ain't no hook for this, like oh fuck it. I keep my dogs on go, but y'all run it. Shout out hard, that's my motherfucking partner. Hey, I don't smoke, but this beat made me hit the ganja. Niggas hate my shit crystal clear like H2O flow water. Harry Potter with that stick, I'm just looking for her money. Snakes in the grass, chase that gold like it's Quidditch. Think I'm quitting, that's gon' have you in your feelings. Bitch, I'm that nigga, feel like Tucci on no ceilings. I need millions, if a nigga disagree, then he don't hit me. Touch honey's the old kind, get money the whole time. I'm able to hold mine, she running, get clothesline. I make a moves in my sleep, bitch, my stew a gold mine. Your girl and me in the TV, we living life showtime. Run it up, wanna cop a coupe. She fuck the dogs and we all rap chicken noodle soup. Honest Abe to a bitch, gotta tell the truth. Just wanna fuck, let me cut, then I'm through. Bass kick, Bruce Lee, 12 coming, gotta flee. Niggas clean, you full of flea. This niggas really tryna be for me, let's see. I keep a bag in the trunk like I'm visiting, nigga. Keep a mag in the pump in the vicinity, nigga. Closed casket when I dump, reinventing a nigga. Bitch, my Nina whole heat, I let her vent to a nigga.
Okay,
Gang.
The beat go off? Hold up.
Welcome.
Hey, we back. So we just gonna go ahead and get started with the main topics of tonight. I know Sky said he had to jump off a little bit. Does you want to say your little piece for anything this week?
Yeah, guys. I appreciate you guys listening, shit like that. Definitely go check out Harm. His music's hard. He can rap for a little skinny white boy. So go ahead and check his shit out. And I appreciate y'all listening and stuff like that. But I'm gonna have to hop out, go handle my business, and hand the stick over to Harm for the night. But thanks, guys, and I'll talk to y'all next week.
Later, man.
All right, peace.
All right.
The new and improved Sky is right here. That's all it is.
That's funny. That's funny.
You want to be God so bad.
All right. First thing on here, just to get our little feet wet. COD Mobile, if anybody's still playing it, it's gonna have a zombie mode come out tomorrow. As of the recording, we're recording this on the 21st, and the zombies mode supposed to come out on the 22nd. Anybody actually ever played COD Mobile? Because I know I didn't.
No.
I haven't played COD. I played PUBG Mobile though. It was pretty good. I hear a lot of good reviews about COD Mobile, but for the whole I'm not a big zombie fan. I've never been a fan of the zombies. It's just my least favorite game mode of them all. So
it's a glorified defend the computer mission. That's basically what it is.
So I'm just gonna be like, no, I'm not excited about it. Didn't even know it was coming out, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good for all the broke boys and all the little boys and girls who's playing that shit behind their parents' back. Because I know there's a lot of kids who parents won't buy them COD, and that's their only lifeblood. I mean, I can't handle it.
I feel you.
Yeah,
I dabbled in
none
it,
of y'all really
but
played it, though?
I'm not big on COD, so like I'm delusioned myself by even playing it. So
If I want to play Call of Duty, I'll go buy it. I'm not about to play that
Right.
free to play
Yeah.
money grab.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Like I said,
I'm gonna play actual COD if I'm gonna play COD. COD Mobile sounds so stupid. I'm sorry. It sounds so
I've seen
terrible.
gameplay of it. It's not bad. If you want my opinion, I think PUBG on the phone is 100 times better than the counts of PUBG.
That's crazy.
I mean, I don't
Probably
think
more optimized.
Man, I can't play PUBG on Xbox. Oh my god! If I play PUBG, it has to be on PC. I'm not even a PC player. It would have to be on PC.
Yeah, I tried to play it on PS4. PUBG is not where it's at, but I don't mind Modern Warfare, but PUBG on the console, it's not where it's at, bro.
Okay. All right. Apparently it's DLC season, and all the fighting games pretty much are getting DLC. Broly has a whole from Dragon Ball FighterZ. Broly has a whole reveal trailer out. Everybody's all losing their mind over him. I'm not gonna say anything because Broly players is just something else. But anybody else got any anything they want to add to Broly?
Y'all know
I'd
my
be lying
stance.
if I told you I wasn't excited.
Y'all know
Chrono
my
is an
stance.
avid DBZ fighters hater, so we're just gonna leave that at it.
That game mechanically sucks. I said it.
Damn.
Fuck
I
Sonic
mean, it's your
Fox.
opinion. It's your opinion. It's wrong. It's wrong, but it's your
Hell
opinion.
yeah. I love fighting.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Anytime we're in the air to air, and I'm a hold block in the air to air, and they count it as an overhead, that game is mechanically broken. I said the shit. I know
Like,
if I'm holding
you
block,
mashing,
as
bro.
long
That's
as I've
why
been
you're
playing fight
mashing.
games, if I know to hold block and we're in the air to air and that shit say overhead, no, I'm good.
Right.
Yeah, we ain't
But,
gonna sit up here and act like
I
some
mean,
of the best
I think
fighting
it's
games
cool.
of all
I
time
like
been
this
busted.
version of Broly.
Go ahead.
I was saying I like this version of Broly better than the one that we have now. If we could switch Brolys,
Yeah,
I'd
for
be
sure.
super happy about it. Like I don't need 100 Brolys. Like there's 100 Gokus and Vegetas. I do like the gameplay of this other Broly better than the first Broly. So I'm excited for them to come out. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna have a team full of Brolys either.
Look, fuck all that. Until they put Pyko in the game, I refuse to play that game. When they put Pyko in the game, then we talking. Fuck Broly.
PyCon?
Pycon, Pyko, Pikey, Pokemon, fuck that. I don't care. Put them in the game, yo.
Oh boy.
All right. Moving on to the next DLC news. Sindel. She is releasing in about a week, and I know it was some controversy going with her because they changed her backstory, yada yada yada. But for the people that don't know, apparently Sindel is now full evil instead of being brainwashed like she was in the original trilogy. I mean, she's not in the story mode, so I don't really care. How does she play? I mean, I don't get me wrong. I did love the story mode in Mortal Kombat 11, but that's not what I play Mortal Kombat for. It's not for the story. But hey, what do I know? Anybody got any want to add their 2 cents on it?
They finally put the loudmouth bitch into the game. I said it. Excuse my language. Let me stop. I'm gonna get us. The feminists gonna come out after me, but no. They finally put Sindel in the game, and I'm for all that action, yo.
She definitely looks like Black Canary from Injustice. I ain't gonna hold you. Yes. Yeah.
Did
She
y'all
was
play her in
definitely-
MK9?
MK9, I was more of I was a reptile man through and through. Reptile sector.
I played with half the roster on MK9.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't. I mean, like I said, I know I'll be talking about Tarkat and God. To be honest with you, I honestly didn't care for Baraka until 11. Because in 9, I don't think he was terrible. I think he plays like his 9 variant, kinda. But 11 just put him on 20. And it just made me really love the character, in my opinion. But Sindel...
11, but hey, that's my opinion.
You know what it is. But Sindel she's looking real nice. She's looking like, I wouldn't say she's going to be top tier. I say she's looking like a clean mid tier.
Mm-hmm.
But then she is putting ass in the face. She is making people eat ass for one of them. So I'm with all that action.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Uh-oh. man.
man. Oh, 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 man
We go off. We moving on.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. Next one is Terry Bogard, and he's exposing a lot of you Smash kids that never actually played a real fighting game before. Yeah, I said it. If you can't do a half or circle motion or a Hadouken motion, that you're not a true fighting game player. I don't care what nobody says. But Terry Bogard is in Smash, and
facts.
He's exposing a lot of people, and he's very combo heavy. Anybody got any hands on with him?
Yeah, I did. My brother, he's got the new Smash, and I played it with him when he dropped, and I don't like the new Smash at all. I only play Melee when I play Smash. I'm one of those dudes, but I liked how Terry played. But I like King of Fighters too, so...
Go ahead, Rabbit.
No, I was just saying, I feel that. That's all I was going to say. I'll wait for you, Chrono.
My thing is, how are y'all complaining about doing quarter circles and Ryu and Ken is in the game and you have to do quarter circles to enhance their moves?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, y'all making no sense. These Smash kids, I don't think people realize this. And yes, I am about to bash the Smash community. So if you are a part of the Smash community, you're about to be mad at me. Y'all complain about every fucking character that comes out, bro. Y'all were just crying about Hero and RNG. And now Terry's out, and now y'all crying about doing half circles that were already in the game. Are you serious?
They better be glad when no pretzel motions in there, because SNK games had worse inputs than Street Fighter ever did.
Hey, bro, you lucky you ain't got a charge character in the game. You got to try and charge while shielding, while doing your move. Like, come on, bro. Like doing charge cancels and this is why people look at y'all and say, this is why people look at y'all and say y'all is the embarrassment to the FGC, or y'all are not in the FGC at all, bro. Because y'all say stupid shit. Like, I'm sorry. Smash community, y'all need to level up, because the shit y'all say is just retarded. And I'm going to, like, no disrespect, I like y'all, but some of y'all need to fix y'all fans, because how you gonna complain about some shit?
Get your mans.
How y'all gonna complain about some shit that's already been in the game when Ryu came out? Like, are you serious? Are you dumb?
Stupid.
Stupid. Yo, but I ain't gonna lie. The funniest meme, I put this in the chat. The funniest meme that I saw was Smash kids don't take showers because it takes a quarter circle motion to start the shower up.
That's hilarious.
That's the funniest shit. That shit had me rolling, yo.
To keep going on. Street Fighter 5 is having another edition, Championship Remix HD Triple Hockey Stick Edition. They revealed Gil. So I don't know why they wanted to bring one of the most broken boss characters of all time into the fighting game, but hey, what do I know?
That is the most broken.
I don't know. God Rugal might want to talk to you.
Yeah, him and God Rugal. Him and God Rugal are up there for top. They're probably, and Shin Akuma is probably top 3 broken of all time if you look at it like that, But
yeah, he's a playable character now, and I'm not going to sit here and bash Street Fighter. I do appreciate that they keep upgrading the game, but how is this going to work? Is this another $30 they want people to pay for? Like, what is this? Is it? We just had Arcade Edition come out like a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm. So the way from what I saw,
it was like $45.
It's $20 to $30 to upgrade.
Okay,
but if you buy the whole new edition, I think it's like $40 or $50, but it comes with everything. It comes with all the stages, all the DLC costumes, all the characters up until that point. And I want to say you get Gil with it if you buy it.
So does the upgrade come with that too, or no?
The upgrade comes with it too.
Okay,
that is the upgrade. So it's just like the whole new. It's just like how they did Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition.
Okay.
Where if you brought Arcade Edition, it came with all the DLC and everything up until that point.
And then Ultra came out.
Mm-hmm.
February 14th of 2020 is when that's going to come out. It's going to be $30.
Okay. So what I'm looking at it, Now it's looking like they're doing an overhaul with the V skills.
Yeah, they're getting
Adding
more
another one
moves.
V skills, and the one they showed off with Ryu. I know a lot of people were complaining like another parry. I was like, that's kind of an alpha parry. It's like a throwback to alpha.
Counter.
I mean, I'm saying alpha parry, alpha counter. It's like a throwback to that. So I mean, we have to see how everybody's V skill comes out, but I do hope this is the one thing that kind of throws the game into the right direction, because Street Fighter V is looking kind of ass. I'm not gonna hold you. Like
it's surviving off of clout.
Yeah, it's surviving off of clout.
It's basically got grandfathered in. It's like Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 3, and all of them are what's the word I'm looking for? Like when your granddaddy went to this college and now you can be able to get into just alumni. Basically, that's what Street Fighter 5 is. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I didn't put some decent amount of hours in. I did, but then MK came out, and then Dragon Ball came out, and then Tekken came out, and I was just like, I still got it, but I mean, I definitely don't put no time in it.
I mean, the game was over for me when it got me back hyped when they introduced Cody, and then it just killed my mood for how much they gutted Cody compared to every other iteration that he's ever been in. Yeah, it's I'm Cody isn't even Cody no more.
I'm not a fan of Cody in this one. I liked Cody in 4, but I don't like him in this one.
And that's what I'm saying. Like in 4, I wasn't super piano key. You know, people can do the piano key, but I wasn't super like that. But I had a pretty nice Cody, and like Cody was the character that made me love Street Fighter.
Right.
Like, to be 100% honest, I didn't care for 2. I played Alpha 3, and when Cody was in Alpha 3, I was like, oh my God, who is this character? Like, I knew him from Final Fight, but he was the reason why I even got into Street Fighter, and to see him get gutted the way he got gutted, it's like, I don't even want to play this game no more. I know
mean, a lot of Cody in the game. Guy ain't in the game at all, and that was I'm thinking messing with Guy since 3. I know it's Masters in it, but he plays more like Strider than Guy.
I'm thinking they're gonna wait for Guy in season 4. I think at the end of this, Oro is gonna come out. By the way they introduced Gil, it's either gonna be Sheen or Goro. I mean, not Goro, Oro that comes out. That's the final character, but only time will tell.
I mean, Sean was in the game, but like, because Laura is his cousin, but
well, this is before Sean is supposed to have met Ken. This is like in between Third Strike. This is like right before
Third Strike
even happened. This is like second. It's like even before Second Impact. So that's why I understand Sean hasn't really. I know a lot of people like, yo, Sean got to come back, but he hasn't learned how to fight yet. He's still a kid, and if you look at him, he's still like a teenage kid. I think Sean and Second Impact was like, what, 2021?
Something like that.
So it's like, I understand from that aspect, but you still got people like Rip. And we could talk about this all day, like a wish list of who we want in SF5, because I would love to see like Remy. I would love to see, not 12. What's the other one that was supposed to fight 12 all the time?
Necro?
Necro. I would love to see Necro. And all honesty, that was my favorite Third Strike character, design-wise. Like, I really would love to see him in another Street Fighter game. I hope that he's the next DLC, him or Sodan, but that's neither here or there. But yeah, I really do hope this push Street Fighter 5 in the right direction. I really do.
And the last one for DLC news, we got Sam Show. I think that's Kazumi is how you say that?
Yes, Kazumi.
Oh, okay. He got teased. He's looking like a ninja-esque character. I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't played Sam Show since like the old arcade days. I kind of skipped the newest one because I just didn't think everybody was gonna stay on it, and I was right. But
MK kind of took over when Sam Show. It's hard, but I've touched Kazumi. I've actually started going back into Sam Show, and that character is a problem. He's one of them characters. I like to compare him to Ken, where Ken is easy to play. He's easy to get into, but setting up everything with him is kind of hard to master. But when you do it, a nice Ken player will fuck up your day.
There's levels to this Ken stuff.
Yeah, it's level to that Ken shit. And Kazumi, he has. I love characters that have a resource that enhances everything they do. So his gimmick is he can kind of like cast his fireball behind him 3 times. And
so like Bang Shigami or like Ibuki with the shuriken, or Ibuki with the shurikens and Street Fighter 5 stuff like that.
Yeah. So he'll have like the fireballs chilling behind him, and it enhances like his fireball, his grab. He has one move. If you knock him down and he's on the ground, you hit a kick plus light punch, and it'll explode and knock the characters back. So his mix-up game can be crazy even on the ground. And his main gimmick is you want to keep that fireball set up so you can. We all know Sam Show doesn't have many combos, but he can set it up where he'll throw a medium fireball and run up to you, and then do a heavy dragon punch, which he grab you, and the fireball come over and blow up in your face. And it does hella. He can take half. He could take half a bar off that combo alone. And let it be a counter hit. Let it be a counter hit. He's taking damn near 3/4 of the health bar by himself without even doing a neutral move. So that character is going to be a huge problem. I don't see him being nerfed, but he's super. He only has like 4 or 5 moves, so he's super easy to learn. But managing that fireball, the fireball cast, and knowing when to go in, when to go for your big damage is going to be what makes him hard to master, in my opinion. So,
okay. Rabbit, did you touch Sam Show? Any of them? Samurai Showdown.
Oh wait, what?
Samurai Showdown. It was an old arcade game. Did you ever play that?
I have not played that. But I played Street Fighter 4 with Ibuki. I heard you guys talking about her. My mic is kind of leaky for me right now. You guys sound like you're underwater. So I'm basically just trying to make out what you guys are saying. Just kind of go on that. I enjoyed Ibuki on Street Fighter 4. So if it's anything like that, I'm sure it was a.
Have you played Street Fighter 5 Ibuki with the kunai little management?
I have not. I played a little bit of Street Fighter 5. Played with Ryu for, I don't know, like 10-15 minutes, and then I got distracted by Rocket League.
Yo, one animation. Right. One thing I would say, he has the dopest animation in video game history. He has a move. It's a back. I want to say it's back quarter circle, and then either light, medium, or heavy, where he'll run up to you and blow himself up and teleport. But the animation that makes it cold is it show his body like cut in half, and you just see like his legs drop to the ground and disappear before he reappears. And it's like, yo, that animation is so dope to me. It is so dope. I like little details that Sam Show does with their ninjas and all their characters. Sam Show is it's a real underrated game in my opinion.
Okay, moving on to something that was funny that happened last week. 2K social media's account got hacked. What's his name? 2K. Ronnie 2K. Yeah, he got I don't know how he got hacked, but he got hacked by what looks like some little kids, some teenagers. And they've been saying some wild stuff on this stuff, and everything from my cock is hard to 10,000 likes and I'll release something insane on 2K. It sounds like they looking for clout. They added Keemstar. He said Aqua is the best, and that's on phone now. Oh, they even hacked the Borderlands account. They said my cock is hard on there too. So like, they said the N-word on a couple of different. I think the Facebook one. So yeah, these little kids just hacked my man's account, and from what I heard, people don't really care for Ronnie 2K anyway.
No,
he's always lying and stuff like that. But
we don't like him at all.
Especially considering the stuff that's going on with that wrestling 2K game, I don't. They need to get this stuff under control over there.
WWE 2K20 is the greatest game of all time. I don't care what none of y'all say. For all them glitches, that is the greatest. Glitchy games are the funniest shit ever, and that game is so hella bad. Oh my god, yo!
Is it that bad? Have you played it?
My little brother has it, and I played it. Like,
I'm gonna send you a video, Rabbit. It is terrible,
bro. The videos, like you would think the videos,
like somebody edited or something, but no, this is in game.
Like you will do a slam. If you do a slam at the wrong place at the wrong time, you just see people flying in the air. You see the ref over there taking a knee. He's tired. You see people going through the mat. Oh my god!
When they brought, it was this one video I saw. They had put the steel chairs in the middle of the mat. Old girl slammed her on top of the steel chairs. The steel chairs just slowly went into the goddamn ring.
I forgot who. Somebody did a video on it commentating. Yo, he was commentating like he was one of the commentators. It was the funniest shit ever. He's like, "Oh my god, the stairway to heaven! Look at it flow."
Yeah, have you seen the 2K social media disaster?
Yeah, I when the night it happened, someone told me about it. I just went and looked right away, and like I said, bro, they're on there getting off. They're just saying whatever they wanted to say. But 2K, fuck 2K. 2K sucks anyway.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah,
I mean, I agree, but I mean, I haven't played a 2K.
Bro,
I haven't played a 2K.
Man, hold up. Tekken is the same shit every year. Who cares, yo?
Any sports game is the same every year. It says rookies that
don't
come
mean I gotta
out.
pay $60 for it every year.
I don't.
yeah, bro, but Tekken's Twitter wasn't tweeting the end, bro. 2K's was.
I'm following him, yo. But nah, something important came out. Something that important came out. A lot of people don't know is they actually leaked how celebrities get their characters boosted automatically.
Yeah, they was leaking DMs between him and Drake. Drake was had said something was wrong with the game, and Ronnie 2K snapped on it immediately, and I guess he boosted him stuff. I guess he was just doing it for clout, because before this, I'm pretty sure Ronnie 2K wasn't nothing, and 2K is such a popular game, everybody plays it. That he can easily get clout if you like the social media manager of it or something. I don't know, but it's definitely some shady stuff. 2Ks need to protect their brand. I think they need to get rid of Ronnie, but hey, what do I know?
Some of the shit that had me rolling, I do feel like some of that stuff was messed up. The only thing I really felt was messed up was showing him in females' DMs. So I'm like, man, come on, son. A lot of people.
He was getting curved too.
I mean, he getting curved. Yeah, he was getting curved. But don't show that man DM. You know how many times I done dropped in somebody's DM? 2 of my exes are DM exes, bro. Like, what are you talking about, son? Like, leave that man alone, yo. And them DM exes were my 2 longest relationships, so leave that man alone. He just trying to do like every other man does. Out of here, yo.
Rabbit.
I'm not a fan of 2K anyways, so I mean, I don't know exactly all that happened. I saw a little glimpse of what happened, but I just it's just some little kids that just got mad about.
And they sold their faces too, bro. Now, you know how sometimes when people be hacking stuff and they'll be like, follow me on Twitter, yada yada yada, and then put their Twitter. Yeah. These kids actually showed their faces and did a whole video and everything. So you know it's about a matter of time before they get caught.
They had a message for them N-word 2K.
They're doing it for attention, man. They just got mad they got banned. They just got
Wouldn't
mad
be
they got
surprised
banned.
me if Ronnie had left his phone somewhere and then they got it from there. Because obviously they can't be that smart.
I mean, but they got all of 2K. It wasn't just Ronnie. Ronnie isn't the community manager for all of 2K. He's the community manager.
Yeah, I heard Borderlands got hit too.
Yeah,
they got all of 2K. So I'm trying to figure out what the password was. Microtransaction 123. Like, what's going on, yo? What is going on?
Lootbox XYZ.
What's going on, son?
VC 123.
I'm gonna get this money. That's what it was, yo. Fuck
All
them
right.
consumers.
All right. Main topic for tonight. I wanted everybody to pick out their top 5 Disney movies. Since you're the guest for tonight, I'm gonna let you go first, and then we can just dip off from there. So, top 5 Disney movies, don't have to be in particular order. Go.
All right, these are all like the animated ones because it's just like the whole nostalgia factor behind it. It's why they're my
That's
favorite.
good.
So, The Black Cauldron,
Ooh.
Treasure Planet,
Okay.
Monsters Inc.
Which one?
Toy Story,
Okay.
and the first one.
Yeah,
Ooh.
boy.
And The
Atta
Incredibles.
I like
boy.
that list.
That's good.
Rabbit?
All right, so here we go. Y'all gonna kind of like give me some stuff for this, but I only have one animated movie on here.
You're a grown man. That's cool.
So this is where mine comes in. I got Hercules.
That's a
I
good one.
got Heavyweights. Homeward Bound.
That's a good one.
Air Bud.
That's a good one.
The Mighty Ducks.
Oh.
And I can't for Air Bud and Mighty Ducks. I cannot tell you which one is the best. I like them all equally. So it's a whole franchise for that. So Air Bud franchise and then the Mighty Ducks franchise.
Chrono?
Okay. Number 1, Toy Story.
Okay.
So we all know why. We don't need to say nothing about that. Number
classic.
2, The Lion King that had the giraffe going off in Deception and Disgrace, yo.
What?
Yo, that giraffe was blowing. But which one is that? Lion King 2? With Scar, it's like Scar's son and nephew. I don't know who he was.
Oh yeah, that was 2.
Yeah, man, that giraffe.
Yeah, that's the second one.
Giraffe sold that movie to me. Let's see. Kingdom Hearts 3, because that shit was not a game. That shit was a movie.
Shots fired!
Oh damn, bro! I should have said that shit, man.
Let's see. I was gonna say Nightmare Before Christmas, but I don't think that's a Disney movie. I don't know.
I think it is. It is. It was in Kingdom Hearts, bro.
It's a lot of shit. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas. You got to put that shit on there.
If it's not Final Fantasy, it has to be Disney if it's in Kingdom Hearts.
And then my last one is the Goof Troop movie.
The Goofy movie?
The Goof Troop. Yep. That shit.
You talking about the one? You talking about the one with Powerline?
Yep.
You know that was Tevin Campbell, yo.
Yep.
It's just sad that I know Tevin Campbell both for the Goofy movie did his actual song.
Yeah, but Kingdom Hearts 3, whoever said that shit was a game, I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. That shit was a movie.
Oh my god. Waiting all that time for mediocrity. It is what it is.
Yo, they so fucked up. They didn't even have time to animate a new Tangled fucking scene. They just literally took the old scene and put Sora, Donald, and Goofy in it, yo. Sitting in the window. I like... Just sitting there chilling, yo. They chill.
I feel like I gotta play it because I was such a big Kingdom Hearts fan and I was defending that game before it came out. And I feel like, man, I'm a red.
I haven't even played. Everybody's like, have you played Critical? Bro, went through the whole game on proud mode without dying once. I didn't even use the fucking Kupo token that I brought at the beginning of the game. And I beat that game easily. I do not want to play that game a second time. I'm sorry. It does not compare to Kingdom Hearts 1. It does not compare to Kingdom Hearts 2. I said it.
Birth by Sleep is the best one to me.
Oh yeah, hands down. Hands down.
All right, for me, it's gonna be number 5 is Lilo and Stitch, the first one. At one point in time, Lilo and Stitch was like Stitch was like my favorite Disney character. And I don't know why. It was like 6 or 7 when the movie came out. Number 4 is, I'm kind of cheating with this, but the Proud Family movie. Mainly because I kind of look like one of them peanuts.
Looking for the perfect.
Number 3 is the first Lion King. I know that's probably a lot of people's number ones, but you know, I mean, I don't watch that movie so many times, and I was a big Don Bluth kid back in the day, so I can't. And he's not Disney, so I'm just gonna leave that there.
He is not One of us.
You stupid. Number 2 would probably be the Goofy movie. It was my number 1, but I had to push that back because it's Chrono's number 1, and I ain't trying to seem like a swagger jacker. And
No, that's my number 5, bro. You good? That could have been.
and then the last one, if I had to put one on my Mount Rushmore Disney movies, would probably be. You think I would have had this wrote down before? Let's just go ahead and throw Toy Story 2 in there. I like Toy Story 2. That one, especially for it to be a straight to video movie, is really good. They really didn't have to try for half of those, but I think that was pretty good. Honorable mention goes to Mulan because I'm gonna make a man out of you.
Dude, yes. If anything is memorable from that movie, it is that song.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You know why that song's so memorable? Look up Jackie Chan singing it.
Oh yeah, he was the voice actor for what was his name, Chan,
Mm-hmm.
in the Chinese version. So yeah,
Mm-hmm. Look up Jackie Chan was blowing on that song, yo. And they got him
Jackie
doing.
Chan can actually sing. There's a lot of people don't know that. Like, he was.
Yo, he was going. No disrespect. I don't know the words, obviously, but Jackie Chan was going in, yo.
All right. Jedi Fallen Order has a Metacritic rating of 85, and from what I've seen, it's no microtransactions. It's a straightforward game. People saying it got a lot of Souls feel to it. I haven't actually played the game myself, but it's nice to see an actually good game come out with no type of controversy behind it. And I'm just glad it's just a straight video game and nobody's like crying about it. Anybody wants to take the lead on?
I could swear, are we in 2009? Because I think that's the last time a game this big came out with no microtransactions, bro. Like,
Whoa, pause.
Yeah.
like,
There's a couple games that came out with no microtransactions.
like this big though.
Yes.
What you
One.
got for
Sekiro.
Witcher?
The Witcher 3, Sekiro.
But you can't sit up and act like they ain't sprinkled in between. Like most of them have some type of microtransactions.
Sekiro has no microtransactions whatsoever, dog.
When did that come out? Like last year?
Sekiro came out this year.
It did.
Sekiro came out early this year.
Oh, well, I haven't played
Yeah,
that
it
game
came
yet.
out this
Okay,
year,
whatever, fine. You got me on what, 1 or 2 games? What about the thousands that have come out between that?
True. And that was earlier this year. We in November, dog.
I've
That's
seen
Stranding.
gameplays, seeing gameplays and stuff like that. I think the only big thing right now is all the bugs that they need to fix. Other than that, I think the game's gonna be really solid. Things will do really well.
I'm glad it's doing well for the fact that EA has the excuse that single player games is it's not what consumers want. Like they've been proven wrong by their own game, so hopefully they allow game developers to develop more single player games. And they got the Joker from Gotham on there playing the main character, so
That's
definitely
why his
gonna be
face looks
hyped.
so familiar.
Yep, that's the Joker from. That's the dude that I don't know if he's supposed to be the Joker in Gotham, but the guy that's supposed to be like the inspiration for the Joker. That's
Man,
him.
it was. This is about Respawn, and I think I was listening to another podcast earlier this week. Shout out to the game Illuminati. They were talking about how Respawn pretty much does whatever they want. It's like they have a partnership with EA, but they don't really listen to them per se. Because, like, think about it. Respawn really hasn't came out with no bad game. They are the people behind Apex. They're behind the old school Call of Duties, the 1, 2, 3, and I want to say the first Modern Warfare from like 2007. And they did the Titanfalls. So, like...
Well, what people got to remember is, Respawn, they kind of with Apex, they told EA, stay out of our business. Let us do this. Let's not promote this. Let's just drop the game. Remember when Apex dropped, nobody even knew it was going to drop. We just
it just came out of nowhere.
And now it's this second biggest. Yeah. No, it's the third biggest.
It's always in the top 10 when you go to Twitch. That's why.
It's the third biggest battle royale, and I honestly think it's the better of the 3, in my opinion. I love Apex Legends. So
what's 1 and 2?
Fortnite and PUBG.
All right, that's what I thought. I just want to make sure. That's what I thought. Okay.
But
Harm?
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Harm?
My thoughts
Jedi,
on PUBG
the
and
new,
Apex and
Star
all
Wars
that.
game that came out. And
Oh, okay. I
Me
mean,
neither.
I'm not really a big Star Wars fan, to be honest, bro. Like, the last Star Wars game I played was I don't remember what it was called. It was like, it wasn't Battlefront 2. It was like Star Wars like Episode 3, and you could be the Jedis fighting each other, kind of like a no, I don't think it was that. It was on PlayStation
probably
2,
a
bro.
movie
It's
game.
old as hell.
Yeah.
I just remember you could fight each other. It was definitely a movie game. You could fight each other. How like it's like you'd be looking when you're fighting people in Mortal Kombat. Like, I don't
It's
know
an
what
actual fighting game.
view's
That was. I
called.
know what you're talking about. I
But-
just don't remember exactly.
wasn't it on the Wii too? And like you
Yep.
could swing
Yeah.
like the nunchucks and stuff to actually.
No. He's talking about it was like PS2, and it's like a fight. It's a fighting game. It's like Soul Calibur before Soul Calibur.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So, because I don't really got too much to say on that. I mean, I've heard good things about the new one though, and it kind of makes me want to play it because I do like single player driven games.
You
but
got
I don't
EA
know if
access?
I'm really gonna get on it or not just yet.
I'm about to say just get the free trial,
I
try it
did
out for
not.
10 hours, and I mean it can't hurt. If you like it, just get it. Yeah,
Oh,
EA
I
access
didn't
is
know I
on
could do that. I'm
PlayStation now
definitely
too,
gonna
so
do
like
that,
there's no excuse.
Dude, with my luck, man, I'd fall asleep with the game
Okay,
on
bet,
and ruin my
yep.
whole 10 hours, bro.
No, that from what I see, I watched some gameplay by Israel 85, and that game looks nice. It looks beautiful, and it looks like it's going to keep you hooked the whole time. So
I need a story mode game. I haven't played one since like Detroit earlier this year, and before that it was like Spider-Man. So
I always recommend the newest God of War. That game is so good.
I
Like,
got started,
so hard.
and it was one of those games I was gonna play while my girl watches me, and I think I bought like Mortal Kombat or something right after that, and then I just fell off.
Murder, dude. Murder.
Oh, you need to play
Soul
that.
Suspect.
Murder Soul Suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
I know we're
that.
kind of repeating ourselves from last week, but y'all can bear
You
with
know,
us.
but it's
maybe
yeah, it's the same question.
Y'all
for
gonna rock
single
with
player,
us. Yo, leave in the comment if y'all rock with us if we repeat the same thing for 2 weeks.
Hey, I mean, we're kind of replete. We had this, we had the person that went with the person from last week. So I mean, let's just say this is a repeat from last week. One person not here is
Episode
Joe.
4, Part 2, HD remix.
This is a continued part from last week. If y'all don't know, now you
This
do.
is the rematch.
I'm strapped in.
The bars. The fucking bar. Yo. Side note. So in our chat, HOM, where we all from, somebody posted. I believe it's our guest posted something about who was it?
Bars. You wouldn't know nothing about that.
What was his name? What is his name?
Oh,
yo? It's
yeah,
on the tip of my
I
tongue,
posted.
yo. What is his? Yo,
That's called
if
fucking
y'all know,
bar.
I forgot his name. It's a DJ though. Y'all know, y'all figure it out. But if y'all ever watched the full video, he started talking about murder. And I looked in the comments. I was reading the comments the whole time. They said he sounded like he wanted to cry when he called it motor. He's like, put the fucking camera on him. I lost it, yo. I was like, yo, if we get sound bits, that has to be the fucking sound bits. Once we started doing face cams and stuff, put the fucking camera on them, yo. Like, yo, I'm telling you, yo. The next topic, yo. I don't want to make this longer than
Google Stadia, whatever you want to call it, it's trash. Google is putting they hat in the ring with gaming. I don't know why. They touting this as the Netflix of gaming. Like, we ain't got that with like Xbox Game Pass and PlayStation Now. But hey, I'm not here to hate. I'm just here to give you guys information. So Google Stadia is about $100-something, where you can buy this like, it's kind of like a Chromecast box, and instead of putting discs inside the game or downloading them, you can stream the game through your Wi-Fi and just play it that way like you would Netflix. But here's the kicker: you have to pay like $10 a month for the 4K HDR and all of that. Then on top of that, you got to pay $60 for each game. Like, I don't understand why they came out with this business model. And there's a couple of other things that's wrong with it. Like, you can't, there's no wireless controllers for it. There's, it's just a mess. I don't know what Google was thinking when they came out with this. I'm not one to hate, but like, I don't know what there was thinking, and like their launch lineup is trash. But I'm gonna pull the launch lineup while y'all guys put your thoughts into it.
I don't like it. I think they're just trying to hop on the bandwagon for everyone else doing something like this. Google should just stick with the app games because that's what they're better at. I mean, they get enough money from app games throughout the course of a day.
You ain't gonna sit there and act like they don't own YouTube.
Right. So, I mean, the fact that they're trying to get on that, they're just being greedy as fuck. They just need to just relax. That the experts for gaming do gaming. Just stick with your mobile devices and go from there. Like, let Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo do everything else.
It reminds me of I mean, it's not the same concept, but it reminds me of the Stadia console when Soulja Boy had his own video game. Like, I know it's not the same thing at all, but just when I heard Google was doing the Stadia thing, that's instantly what I thought, and I was like, yeah, that's just gonna be garbage, and it is so far. I mean, everything I've heard is bad about it. So,
and we already got the 3 titans. Like, as much as everybody want to talk smack on the console wars, it's already 3 titans. We all know what it is: Microsoft, PlayStation, so Sony, and Nintendo. Why are you trying to cut into them? PC gamers can't even cut into them. So what are you doing? And PC gaming is probably the most efficient way to game. Like, I could see if they probably cut a deal with like one of the companies was like, hey, we want to cut into it, so we're gonna make the Stadia where you can stream old school games. That probably would have been a better route. But I can't see them, especially with like PS5, Xbox Scarlet, and the Switch
right around the corner.
And the Switch, you know, it's probably gonna be Switch 2.0 coming right around the corner. I can't see the Stadia cutting into it. It's gonna be a failure. It's dead on arrival, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The games that's on here, it's only 22 games that's on here, and this came out earlier this week. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Destiny 2, Guilt, whatever that is, Just Dance 2020, a game called Kine, Kine, Mortal Kombat 11, Red Dead Redemption 2, all those rebooted Tomb Raider games. Samurai Showdown is on there, but that one's free if you buy Stadia. Thumper, I don't even know what that is. Attack on Titan 2, Farming Simulator, Final Fantasy 15, Football Manager 2020.
Bro, first, listen, all those games minus Mortal Kombat, Sam Show, are old as shit. Like
2019, Metro Exodus, 2K20 is on there, Rage 2, Wolfenstein, Youngblood, I think that's the newest Wolfenstein game, and Trials Rising. You want to pay $100+ for all those 22 old ass games? I mean,
man, people about to watch people get their head cut off on MK and 4K HD, yo.
I mean,
wait, I got a question. No, how are you supposed to play Just Dance with a controller? I mean, what's the point of that?
I don't know.
Like,
wait, they don't have a motion sensor for Just Dance?
I don't know. From what it looks like a glorified Chromecast with a controller attached to it.
Yeah, it looks like you connected like a controller into the TV, and now you can play with that controller.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the only way I would buy that if it came with a year's worth of Google Chrome internet.
Right, like
with that internet, I'll buy it.
That's another thing I forgot. Like people was testing it and shit. It's like 7 gigs an hour. So with people with data caps and stuff, that's gonna kill your internet.
Mm-hmm.
7 gigs an hour, that's like Netflix numbers. And with Netflix, it can buffer, so it's not constantly downloading stuff all the time. So 7 gigs an hour, that's just doing the math. That's like 5. If you play 5 days constantly, that's like a terabyte worth of gigs, and that's like all the stuff I can get with Comcast, the basic stuff. Like, look.
Oh, you tripping? Yeah. I'm good. I'm gonna stick to my console. I'm trying to switch over to PC gaming. I'm gonna stick with my console.
And then you can't even play the shit offline. Like, what?
Oh my god, yo. I don't understand what it is with gaming companies and developers thinking that the smartest idea is to not allow you to play a game offline. Like, it was a huge thing when Anthem came out, that they didn't let you play online, to the point the developer got mad and told somebody to fuck off, and we see where that game is today.
Yeah, that's supposed to be getting some quality changes or something.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's well too late for that game. Like, even
it didn't look so good when it was coming out. Like, it was looking like Iron Man Simulator.
What game are you talking about?
Anthem.
Oh, okay.
Even games like No Man's Skies and Destiny when it first came out, even Final Fantasy 14, because a lot of people like, oh well, Anthem has a chance. The thing was, those games just had bugs. Like, their bugs ain't nowhere near Anthem bugs for them games to get fixed. Maybe Final Fantasy 14 had it the rough, but it still had a core fan base to live through.
It wasn't so much that what's that game you was talking about? The first one you said.
What is the first one I just
when
said?
When you flying through the
No Man's Skies.
No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky wasn't like technically bad as far as like optimized. It was just boring.
And that's the same with, like, another game that's like that, Sea of Thieves.
Yeah,
where it was just boring until they put content in. Until they put content in it, and then now everybody's playing the fuck out of it. Shit.
And they came out talking about this is gonna kill Minecraft. This is gonna kill Fortnite. Yeah,
even games like what is it? Rainbow Six Siege, that was boring as hell and dumb as fuck, and has became one of the premier shooters of this generation.
Yeah.
So
I enjoy Siege. Siege is a great shooting game. If you want like a realistic like effect in shooting game, like that's what you get. If you want to act like you futuristic thing, you can go for Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, Rainbow Six Siege gives me Counter-Strike Source vibes, and I like it.
But yeah, Anthem and then it's by EA, so that's already a thing that's holding over their neck. And then EA just said, like I said, that's when EA was like, "Oh, our fans love service games. They don't like single player. Now you looking stupid because look at your single player game compared to your service game."
I mean, single player games really is what's been dominating this whole generation. Frank, let's look at it. We got Spider-Man. We got God of War. We got Detroit. We got what was that game? Resident Evil. Like, most of the top games that came out this generation have been single player games. Like,
but let's be real. All 4 of those 5 you said, but 3 out of the 4 you said were like games that we grew up with. So it's just our generation just buying those games again because of the nostalgia. Detroit, Being Human was a fantastic game, one of the best I've ever played. But the other games you mentioned were games we grew up with. Like, those games better have fucking done well, you know what I'm saying? Like Resident Evil, Spider-Man, and God of War, we grew up with those games. Those games were with us when we were little kids.
Well, I mean, the average gamer nowadays is in their 30s. So.
Well, and then piggyback off of Rabbit, if you ever look, like, I use Division 2 with the Dark Zone thing, how everybody's like, the Dark Zone is toxic. The Dark Zone was always designed to be PvP. The problem is we have a lot of gamers that came up playing single player games that a good multiplayer game could come out and they'll cry and say, "Where's the PvE content in a game that's meant to be PvP?" You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, I look at a game like Division 2 that could be a great game, but because there's so many people that want PvE shit, it's trash now, in my opinion. It's not like Div 1 where you were excited to go into the Dark Zone. You were excited to PvP. You were excited to grind inside. You were excited to do things because the PvE crowd, and that's not the take away from single player games, because like I said before, like you said, AK, single player is taking over. But
as much as they try to get rid of it,
yeah, as much as they try to get rid of it, but it's a combination of people. I guess people looking at PvE games with the dumb shit developers say, and they're looking at it as if like, okay, I don't want PvE in my game because the developers are just gonna focus on PvE, and that's not content to me. And on the flip side, you look at all these multiplayer games, 2K, Destiny 2 when it came out, Anthem, these multiplayer games, and look at the state they come out in.
Trash.
You have no choice but for a single player game like Cyberpunk 2020 when it comes out. That game better be good because it's a single player fucking game, and all you have to do is focus on the single player aspect, vice focusing on multiplayer and other shit. And that's not, I'm not gonna, I might be going on a little bit too long. I'm not gonna knock the developers, take more care of your fucking game, but at the same time, I do understand why certain shit comes out the way it does, with developers not, like EA, not allowing the people creating the game to have more time to put out a more quality game.
Game development takes a hell of a lot longer nowadays than it did back when we was kids.
Yeah.
Just look at Grand Theft Auto. How many Grand Theft Autos do we have on the PlayStation 2?
73.
That's why I really think Grand Theft Auto 6 game when the newer games come out, because they can't do not go into fucking PS5, Xbox Scarlet with fucking GTA 5. Like,
leave that please on this generation. We've been playing that since PS3.
Like, it's to the point they
They
modded it and made it a role playing server on fucking PC because the game it's just getting that boring. They role playing on there.
The fact that game is still be charting every once in a while is
that game.
Right.
And it came out 2013.
A lot of people aren't going to agree with me on that. That is the generational game of this generation. Fuck Fortnite, fuck all of that shit, because GTA is still a popular game to this day, and that game came out like damn near 7-8 years ago.
2013.
That game that is one of the greatest games of all time. Whether you agree or not, that is one of the greatest games of all time.
Oh, it's definitely on that Mount Rushmore of games.
Hey,
But,
can we
go ahead.
1 second? I just want to say something about the single player thing real quick. Is it me, or am I the only one that wants like a duo, like a co-op campaign where you grab your buddy and you play like a single player, but you got a friend with you? You know what I'm saying?
That's what Borderlands is for, bro. As much as I don't care about that game.
Like
Borderlands is some multiplayer.
Yeah,
he's talking about
Borderlands, like a Call of Duty thing where you're playing the storyline as yourself, but like.
Oh, so like
you know
how you were doing Gears of War, where like you would take a character, you could play it the whole game through co-op and stuff like that.
Yeah, like a whole game through co-op. Like, let's get a co-op
single player game.
I feel like,
you know what I'm saying?
And this is probably my last thing. I want the guests to talk, and I don't want to stay on this too long, personally. But I feel like Dead Space 3 tried it. If y'all remember Dead Space 3, but it was just such a bad game.
EA killed that game.
Yeah, EA killed that game. But Dead Space 3 tried it, and there are a couple of games like I remember Bulletstorm. I know you guys probably don't remember Bulletstorm.
I do.
I think that was a pretty good game that did it. I do agree, though. I do think that's the next wave we need to get on, like single player games that you could play like with a buddy. Mm-hmm. So like multiplayer story driven game.
All right, we got a couple of questions this podcast. I'm gonna get into those before we finish up. Let me get them pulled up. Bear with me. I'm sorry.
Oh snap. Harm, did we talk to you about that? Did we ask you about that? What we just talked about, or we just kind of like leave you in the dark there?
About the
yeah.
I mean, what we just were talking about. I thought I was contributing my 2 cents in there, but I'm good with what I said and agreed with.
We talk a lot, especially me. I talk a lot on this podcast.
No, bro, it's
All
your
right.
podcast,
First
man.
question we got this week is from Gumby yet again. He's 3 for 3. Which do you prefer, third-person shooters or first-person shooters? And I'm gonna let Harm go first.
I prefer third-person shooters. And
Funny as hell, yo.
I hate y'all. I just realized.
I'm gonna have to go first. Chrono says,
yeah.
Nah, bro, he got
Go
the
ahead.
he got the
I
floor.
prefer
He's good.
third person, and the reason being because I play Division, so I like to see when things are coming up from behind me, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I like Call of Duty. I'm not one of these people that's not like, I hate COD. I like Call of Duty, but I hate getting shot in my fucking back, and I gotta listen to it instead of just being able to see somebody running up behind me and being able to react to it. So I prefer third person, honestly.
Harm?
I'm gonna say third person because back in the day, probably like early high school days, when I was like freshman, maybe even middle school, I was real big into Gears, like Gears War 2 and 3. Like, oh man, I loved that shit so much, and I still play 4 and 5, especially now that 5 came out every now and then. But I've definitely had, I think, more of a enjoyable time playing a third person shooter like Gears than I have with Call of Duty. So.
Rabbit?
Shit, first person, man. Shit. I like to get actually like in the game when I'm playing. Like, I get super competitive, super into it, like where I'm listening to my headphones and I'm trying to hear people. I'm trying to like sneak up like a ninja. So I appreciate the first person for that aspect, so I can like use my ears and so when I do turn on you, it's because of skill,
Well, it's kind of hard for me because, like, a third person, like, I was heavy into Team Fortress 2, and I was a Counter-Strike player when I was like into my shooter phase. Those were the two games I played the absolute most of. But like, I'm not finna sit up here and act like I didn't play stuff like and this might go over some people's head. I did play some Watch Dogs back in the day. We ain't gonna sit up here and act like all the Grand Theft Auto games third person are good. I don't know. I definitely put more time into first person shooters, especially recently with Overwatch. But third person is definitely underrated when you get into like the Uncharted or the Red Deads or the Mafias and stuff like that. It definitely is underrated. We need more third person shooters in there, because I think like if I had to give somebody the crown for a third person, this probably would be Gears. And I'm not a big Gears fan. Okay. Second question we got is from Dakin, which is Chrono's sister. What do you guys think the next big gaming trend will be? And I'll try this again. Harm,
All right, go
what
ahead,
do you
man.
think? Yeah.
Ooh, next big gaming trend. I mean, what? I guess what are we talking about as far as trend here? Like, what's gonna be like the next big game, or like
we can
what?
do this either way. We can talk
The
about
next big trend.
We can talk about what's the next Fortnite, or we can talk about what's the next thing, like how everything was 4K this generation. What do you think they can push next generation? We could do answer both.
Oh. Okay. Well, actually, damn.
Oh my God. So can I go? Can I go?
No, I'm good now. I'm good. All right, so I think something, if not sooner than later, I think something big is gonna happen with the VR shit. Like, I really think something that's gonna pop up with that shit. To maybe it would be like something as big as Fortnite. Not saying a game like Fortnite, but just to the point where when VR starts becoming like more common, I think in like household gamers and everything, there's gonna end up being that one thing that's gonna kind of be like VR's Call of Duty, VR's Fortnite. You know what I mean? There's gonna be something that's gonna stick there, and everybody's gonna be getting into it.
Chrono.
Oh no. This Fortnite is so big right now. And I feel like we're at the tail end of role playing mixed in with, action role playing. I feel like we're at the tail end of that.
Uh-huh.
I really don't know. Because Fortnite, it's not gonna die off.
No.
Fortnite is like the new League of Legends, in my
It's
opinion.
gonna be like League or Team Fortress 2.
It's gonna be like one of those games that transcends for a while.
Mhm.
I want to see. I wonder, and this might be me. I think hero shooters might have a resurgence.
Yeah, especially with Overwatch 2 coming back out.
Because Overwatch 2 is coming out, but Overwatch is about to have a competitor in Bleeding Edge. So Bleeding Edge is amazing, and Overwatch 2 is amazing, and they clash. I think that's going to be the next wave.
The hero shooters?
The hero shooters. I think at the time, hero shooters were trying to come out.
But then Fortnite came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Fortnite came out of nowhere, kind of took the wave.
Mhm.
But if we can get 2 good hero shooters, not Paladins, not the other game, I don't even know what it is. A game
Battleborn.
Battleborn. If we can get a game like Gigantic, because Gigantic was amazing, but it didn't have support. We can have Bleeding Edge be like Gigantic and combat with Overwatch and watch those 2 clash. I think hero shooters is going to be the next wave.
Rabbit?
Dude, I'm gonna go out of the box here. So hear me out. I think our next big thing is gonna be like a string of indie games. I don't think Fortnite's gonna die off anytime soon. But
That's a good one.
I have a huge. Well, not even I have a huge. I'm hoping for indie games to be popping off. I'm gonna go out of the box. Say string of indie games is what's gonna be the big thing for like the next year and a half, 2 years.
Because we ain't gonna sit up here and act like stuff like Undertale and believe it or not, Minecraft is an indie game. As much as people don't think it is, it started off as an indie game, and that was huge. That was Fortnite before Fortnite. So indie games definitely don't get the clout they deserve.
Well, we're not gonna forget about the Untitled Goose Game, though, right?
That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
That is fire. Well, at the end of the day, when you really look at it, because it's always that indie game that kind of slips in. So I say Binding of Isaac, Undertale, but Undertale's second game didn't pop like Undertale.
I didn't even know it was an Undertale 2.
Yeah, RuneScape. I think it's called RuneScape. It's not RuneScape. Sorry, RuneTale or some shit like that. It didn't
Five
pop
Nights at Freddy's. At one point, every kid was talking about
Five Nights
that.
at Freddy's. Dead Cells. A lot of people don't know about Dead Cells. What's that? It's like a Metrovania. It's black and white. What is that game called? Please, if
Cave Story? Cave Story?
No, it's not Cave Story. I'm gonna look on my Xbox. But there's this one game. It's in black and white, and it's like it was up for Game of the Year.
Ori and the Blind Forest?
Ori and the Blind Forest is another one, but I don't think. Yeah, that is indie. It's called
Journey?
Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight. Oh, okay.
Knight. So I can see that too, Rabbit, where an indie game just pops the fuck off. But one more thing is with the wave of Monster Hunter, we can see a resurgence of Monster Hunter type games come out of nowhere too.
Yeah, we ain't gonna sit in here and act like Dauntless ain't been eating off of Monster Hunter's plate.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah, they're yes, sir.
And then you got because either gonna end up being that, but actually, really look at it. A lot of people aren't gonna agree with this. It's looking like the new wave are soul games. Because the Sekiro,
and then even this new Jedi game got a Souls taste to it. Neo 2 about to come out.
So
I can see that.
It's looking
researching the Souls games.
It's looking like right now because you got Remnant. Remnant is a great game. I have that game faithfully. So it's looking. If we're being honest, it's looking like right now the wave is becoming games that are single player and have some type of difficulty that it has to train you to play the game. And I think that's gonna be the true way. Games going back to where they train you how to play the game. Ain't no tutorial, ain't no talking to you, ain't no baby footsteps. You gonna learn how to play this. Ain't no easy mode. You're gonna learn how to play the game.
Just I'm gonna throw you in the water. If you
those are the best games.
Drowning, bro.
Those are the best games to me. I would say that a game that actually doesn't hold. hold your hand. You got to learn it on your own because we had manuals back in the day. I sound like I'm fucking 42. I'm only 27.
Yeah.
But we had manuals back in the day. The manuals ain't tell you everything. A manual didn't tell you in Converse with Marvel 2 how to do all these combos and infinites. You had to learn that on your own.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
And I think that's where gaming needs to go. Where, you're gonna have the new age gamers that bitch and moan and cry like little pussies, but they're gonna learn how to play that game.
Hey man, what's Ryu's combo? Page 32.
Well, it's hard for me to say because, like, I feel like there's a new wave of fighters this year and last year, especially was like a great year for fighters, like especially for that. I feel like they trying to push this whole stream your game thing as a new service. We got Xbox Game Pass, we got Google Stadia, we got PlayStation Now. We got a whole bunch of people trying to do that. I think that might be a new thing, even though I really don't want to do that. I want to own my games, at least be able to download it whenever I want to.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say because, like, the big marketing thing for this generation was what 4K. Everything was talking about 4K, Ultra HD. That was the main thing. And to be honest with you, these consoles barely touched that. The only one that really did that was Xbox. Not to Scarlet. What's the newest Xbox?
Xbox X.
One X. Yeah, the One X. That was like the only one. If you really want a 4K system, that was it. But
the Pro touches it.
The Pro touches it, but it's not consistent.
Yeah, it's not like the One X, but
it's definitely not. It touches it, but it's hard for me to say because I feel like there's two different answers for this question. It could be like, what do you think the next game is going to pop off, or what do you think is going to be the next thing everything is going to be marketing? It's hard for me to know. I think the SD, like we was talking about on our first episode, with how everything on the PS5 is going to be rendered like in-house and try to do it that way. I think that might be the next marketing thing, where they talk about slow, not so long load times. I think that might be a thing they might market. Who knows? But it's kind of you gotta wait and see, because like we were just saying, Apex was white hot when it first came out. And it came out of nowhere. It's kind of hard to see what the next gaming trend is. It kind of just comes and goes. Kind of like memes. They come out of nowhere and then everybody's talking about them for like a good month or so. Then it's the next big meme. Like everything. Like right now, the meme is that stupid cat meme. Before then, it was that I'ma head out.
No, it's a new meme.
I definitely have.
I swear I've seen that meme before.
It got super popular for some reason.
It's a new meme out that I seen. They're like, I'm gonna tell my kid I'm this person.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
That is so stupid. I hate that so much. I'm gonna tell. This is the next. This is Jay-Z. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, like they'll take a picture of Agumon from Digimon and like tell this was Pikachu. Like.
Oh hell no! They can't Digimon like that, bro. What the fuck? Pikachu, bro. That's not even funny.
Hey,
somebody was a Digimon kid back in the day.
Speaking of Pokemon, yo,
we're gonna talk about that next week. We're gonna talk about that next week.
Come on, man. I want to talk about it.
I got a guy who's gonna had like 50 hours in the game like the first week.
I want to talk about that Nina, man.
I've been playing it, so I've been wanting to talk about it too.
I want to talk about that.
We definitely gonna talk about that next week. A couple of things left before we're done. Walmart's Black Friday sales has came out. I'm just gonna run through these pretty fast. The Nintendo Switch has a Mario 8 Deluxe for like $300. That's kind of not like a sale. It's the exact same sale they had last year, but we all know Nintendo, they don't put their shit on sale. PlayStation 4 1TB bundle. You can get The Last of Us, God of War, or Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition for like $200. That's not bad, but
that's a great deal.
If you're waiting this long to jump into the PlayStation 4, you need to jump on and do a Black Friday or Cyber Monday, whichever one you prefer. Xbox One is looking like it got the best deals coming out right now. Like, they are literally giving you Xboxes with like a pair of shoes, bro. Like, you buy a pair of shoes, you get an Xbox. Like, Xbox.
Buy these pair of Nikes, you get an Xbox, bro.
Right, you get an Xbox One S 1 TB all digital bundle, includes 3 games for $150. There's an Xbox One S with the newest Gears game and all 5 Gears of War games for like $350. You can get an Xbox One S 1 TB with the new Jedi game for $200. And they got a sale on their 3-month subscription. You can get it for like $15, which is like $10 cheaper than what it usually is. So
That's a great ass deal.
Xbox is definitely trying to come at you with these deals. I've always say, if you are a parent, your money is funny, your kid really want a game system this Christmas, get them an Xbox, get them that Xbox Game Pass. They always gonna have a new game on there. That first 3 months is like $1. Like, if you are gaming on a budget, Xbox is the wave. And then they got 4K monitors and TV deals. They got a 50-inch Roku smart TV for like $150, a 40-inch Roku smart TV for $100, 65-inch Android 4K smart TV for like $278. Like, it's the sales are looking pretty decent, but I'm a Cyber Monday guy. I'm not a Black Friday guy anymore ever since I stopped working at Walmart. Anybody guys any thing they want to say about these deals?
That Xbox deal is a steal.
Oh hell yeah!
No pun intended.
Xbox applying pressure.
That's a great deal, and then
especially since that Star Wars game just came out, and you can get it for like $350 with a game. No, you can get it for $200. Like, that's cheaper than a Switch Lite.
$200, and then you get the game. You get the Xbox Game Pass, where you get a few games for free.
Yeah,
like
Xbox. If you are gaming on a budget, Xbox is definitely the way.
Like.
Game Pass pretty decent too. I got
like games like come out soon as like the Outer Worlds was on there. Like games soon as they come out is on that pass. Like, I'm so serious.
Game Pass has Darksiders 3 on there right now. Like Darksiders 3.
Oh, nice.
So
that was free on PlayStation.
That's
a couple of months ago.
Yep. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
But I mean, still you can get Darksiders 3 for $1.
Right. Right.
So
I know I make fun of Xbox, but like I said, if you gaming on a budget, you definitely need you an Xbox, and you can play pretty much everything except for the single player games that's on PS4. And let's be honest, all of us ain't playing them single player games like that. You can play your Overwatches, your 2Ks, and all of that on the Xbox. Like I poke fun at Xbox. We ain't gonna sit up and act like 360 was gut checking the PS3 back in the day.
Oh, it sure was. That 360 had PS3 on the ropes, bro.
Second to last topic for the night. There's a rumor that Netflix and Nickelodeon might be teaming up with Disney Plus. Might be teaming up to fight Disney Plus. Because Disney Plus is the new kid on the block. It's the new bitch on the block. It's the Megan Thee Stallion on the block. Everybody's looking at, and then your girlfriend is Netflix sitting here like, I've been with you for like 10 years. What are you talking about? Why are you looking at Disney? That was a bad analogy, but I mean, you get what I'm saying.
That's Megan though.
Disney Plus has 10 million subscribers after the first day it launched. Now, let's be honest. I know over half of those was that free trial. We ain't gonna sit up and act like all of them people's gonna be paying that $7 every month, but it's only $7, and I know it got me this month because I definitely forgot to turn that off. But it is what it is.
Did the bill go off?
Harm, what you think about this whole Netflix and Nickelodeon thing?
Man, I watch anime, bro. I don't give a fuck about Nickelodeon or Disney Plus or any of that shit, bro. No, bro. I don't know if it must have not been you, but I was in a party one night on the PlayStation with a group of some people, bro, and someone said they watched Avatar. I said, "Oh, you watch that fake weeb shit, bro? That's just not real anime."
Don't do that. You being disrespectful, yo. You being disrespectful.
I mean, I definitely think it's a good idea Netflix and Nickelodeon do that, but I definitely know I'm not gonna be.
Bro, I ain't gonna hold you.
It
ain't all day. I was a Cartoon Network kid.
Yeah. There's a couple shows I like on Nickelodeon, but it's not enough for me to be like super excited and make me like not lose sleep over. This Disney Plus is a bigger deal for me, anyways.
Disney Plus also has a deal with Hulu, and ESPN Plus 2 supposedly coming out. So, like I always tell y'all, competition is good. It deals like this when people is fighting. So I mean,
Disney Plus hit it up. They did their homework before they did this.
I'm gonna tell y'all, it's Disney and Skynet on the low.
Look,
I believe it.
I don't even pay for Netflix. So I don't care. And
I ain't paid for Netflix. I ain't paid for Netflix.
I got a fire
years,
stick,
bro.
I got a fire stick, so I don't care, boy.
Allegedly.
But allegedly, I got a jailbroken fire stick. So yeah.
I don't have the feds at his house in 24 hours, bro.
FBI, open up.
Hey, I'm not on the fire stick. I'm gonna be on my Xbox, so you can't.
They're gonna be like, oh, here's a veteran. My bad.
Right, what the fuck you gonna say to me? Oh yeah. Side note: if you hate the way I talk, I'm a fucking veteran, yo. I can say what the fuck
He's
I
a
want
Marine.
to.
You can't correct the Marine on the way they talk. Look,
I ain't want to be the person to tell you this, but talk to me nice.
Oh gosh.
All right, last topic for the night: the Golden Joysticks Awards. We touched this. What was this last
week?
One or the week before?
Last week.
The actual awards came out. And I'm just gonna run down through them, and then we can give our opinions on there. Best storytelling for this year goes to Days Gone. Best multiplayer game is Apex. The Still Playing Award goes to Minecraft. Best visual design is Devil May Cry 5. I'm glad that got some type of shine, because Devil May Cry was a really good game and it really didn't get that much shine. Best indie game goes to Outer Wilds. I didn't really think that was going to win anything because I didn't hear anything about that. It was outshadowed by Outer Worlds, but that's neither here nor there. Esports Game of the Year is Fortnite. Duh. Best audio goes to Resident Evil 2. Best game expansion, and we were just talking about this, GTA Online: The Diamond Casino. Best VR/AR game is Beat Saber. The best gaming hardware is the NVIDIA 20 series Super Graphics cards. Best performance is, I don't give a fuck. Studio of the Year is Epic Games. And they probably got that Fortnite. Best new streamer, I don't give a fuck. Breakthrough Award is Untitled Goose Game.
What I tell you? What I say? What I say? What did I say? Talk to me nice.
And then there's another game it shared it with. It didn't win it by itself. Is another game called House. Mobile Game of the Year is BTS World. I don't know what that is. Outstanding contribution is Life is Strange. PC Game of the Year is Magic the Gathering World of Warcraft Classic. Both of those. PlayStation Game of the Year is Days Gone. Xbox Game of the Year is Gears 5. Nintendo Game of the Year is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Most wanted game is Cyberpunk 2077. I think we all can agree to that.
No.
Critics' Choice Award goes to Control. Lifetime Achievement, I guess that's for a voice actor. And then the Ultimate Game of the Year for who won Game of the Year for the Golden Joysticks Award is Resident Evil 2.
Nice.
Resident Evil 2 took the gold. So I'm glad that kind of answered my question from last week as can a remake win Game of the Year? Hell yeah, it can. Harm, what you think about? I know I ran through them kind of fast, but
I think we probably should have been hearing Jump Force.
It got nominated for Fighting Game of the Year.
No, I'm just
like it,
bro. I hate Jump Force.
I like. Don't let Rue hear you say that. I like. I like what it represents. It's definitely playing with your action figures feel back in the day, like Budokai Tenkaichi 3 did. But we ain't gonna sit up here and act like that's a deep fighter.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't like it. And then
that story mode
there's
is
no
trash.
story. Like there, it's I mean, that shit matters to me at least. I mean, I know with fighting games, all you do is like fight, and some people doesn't matter. But with the game
Especially all
like
these
that,
different
it
people.
should have mattered if you ask me. So
Right.
yeah, but I agree though with the list of the actual games. I'm glad Devil May Cry 5 got something too, because that's one of my favorite series,
Especially
and I
that last
really
one,
enjoyed
DMC.
Devil May Cry
Ooh.
5. Oh yeah, I was
Oh, it
messing
definitely
with that,
played
man.
good.
I'm not gonna
but
say that one was
it
trash, but I
played
definitely didn't
good,
think it
but,
was a Devil
I
May
don't know
Cry
why
game.
they
They didn't
redoing
need
that,
to
man.
reboot it. They didn't
It
need
did
to
not.
reboot it.
Rabbit.
I'm just trying to say that I'm glad that Untitled Goose Game won
Got some
something to do, because I was rooting for them. I don't know. I think I went out of the box last week and actually chose them to win something. Just saying. But yeah. Other than that, I'm glad that that not Resident Evil, but Devil May Cry got the visual. I'm really happy about that. Other than that, everything else just kind of like, eh.
Rhino.
You know what's crazy? On Game Pass, Outer Wilds is on here, and I never. So I'm actually going to play that game and see what's it all about since it won an award. But I told y'all Untitled Goose Game was going to win it. That came out of Chrono mouth.
Breakthrough award.
And I said Resident Evil was going to win. That came out of Chrono mouth as well.
All right, Negro Damas.
Negro Damas back in full effect. But what won Game of the Year? Did we say that one?
Resident Evil.
No, I mean not Game of the Year, Fighter of the Year.
It wasn't the thing on here.
Oh, was it?
That's why I say this is the great value version of the Game Awards. We'll be back when the game. I think the Game Awards had released their actual like nominations, so we can talk about that next week. But
But yeah,
that and Pokemon is going to be two of the main topics of next week.
Okay, but yeah, I'm good with the list minus the Cyberpunk 2020, because I feel like as much as Project CD Red is talking, that game has to be good because they run their mouth.
That's why I say it's most anticipated.
There's got to be anticipated. I'm anticipating it to be trash.
I mean, but what would you have as your most anticipated man that ain't came out yet? Mine was that Samurai game.
Jet Set Radio Future remake.
Boy.
But
man,
I really don't have one.
Mine was that Samurai game that y'all said got canceled. So I mean, I don't really have one right now.
My thing is, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Gaming has kind of let me down lately.
2019 was a kind of meh year.
Yeah, gaming is kind of mess. I don't anticipate,
especially coming past 2018. We had God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead 2. We had Heat last year.
Had Assassin's Creed Odyssey last year. Oh man, that game was amazing.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't want to be a Debbie Downer to our fans and nothing like that, but hear me out. Like,
oh boy,
we waited on Death Stranding for so long for it to be so mixed and, in my opinion, so bad. Like,
it's definitely a walking simulator with a great story. If I had to sum it up in layman's terms, it's a walking simulator with a great story.
My thing is, when cutscenes,
at least what Angry Joe said,
when cutscenes impede gameplay, that is not a game. That's why I talk about Kingdom Hearts 3. That's why I said it's a movie.
I mean, but we ain't gonna sit up here and act like Metal Gear didn't have like the longest cutscenes ever.
I didn't like Metal Gear. I didn't like the last Metal Gear. Like Metal Gear.
All Metal Gears had long ass cutscenes, bro.
Yeah, Here's the thing about Metal Gear 3 up until everything else. Snake Eater is good because they had their long cutscenes, but for as long the cutscenes were, the gameplay was just as long, so it didn't really impede the story. If that makes sense.
You're right.
Like this game, you walk like the beginning, you walk for 5 minutes and it's a 15 to 20 minute cutscene. How's that a good game?
And they said like you don't really get a weapon until like 10 hours into the game.
Right, until 10 hours into the game. So how does that? And I'm gonna need people in the chat. I'm gonna need, if you are a subscriber, please comment, let us know. Please explain this to me. How's that a good game? Is that a game or is that a movie? Like, I don't buy games to watch cutscenes for 20 minutes for 5 minutes of gameplay. I play Final Fantasy 14. I literally skip half those cutscenes to get to the gameplay. Like, I'm not about to sit here for 15, 20 to 30 minutes to understand a story that you can tell me once I'm done with the mission. Like, at least let me play the game for 20, 30 minutes and then sit me in for a cutscene for like 10 or 15 minutes to understand what's going on. So that way you don't interrupt the flow of the game.
Well, Kojima has came out and said that he wants to be a director. So, I mean...
Okay, go direct the fucking movie, not a fucking video game. Fuck out. Like, and going back to Cyberpunk 2020, I'm coming off as a hater because I do want that game to be good, but I hate games.
Cautiously optimistic about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just because they made Witcher. I'm not gonna be hyped about this fucking game. Like,
yeah, because that's how people was about this Kojima shit. And I'm just now look at you.
All right, I've been let down too many fucking times. So I want the game to be good, but I'm not about to sit here and be like, yeah, greatest game ever. Because I'm a dick rider. No, fuck no. I'm gonna be cautious about the game. I'm gonna wait till reviews come out. I'm gonna wait till gameplay come out when it's real 85. A person that I trust to play the game plays the game, and if I like the game, I'm gonna buy the game. If I don't like the game, you're gonna hear me on this podcast next year say that shit is shit. Period.
All right. Closing remarks. Harm, you want to give your closing remarks before we shut this shit down?
Hey man, I mean, I just appreciate y'all having me on again. Like I said, man, I can't remember who I told on the game, but it's just like my favorite podcast to listen to, and I know y'all like just started it up. So that's why I was so crazy when I first from episode 1, I listened to that shit. I was like, man, this shit is it, Chief. This is it. This is what I've been trying to listen to for a minute now. So yeah, man, like I said, I just appreciate y'all having me on, and I guess shout out to all your listeners.
I just want to give another shout out to Alicia. She really helped us out with what platforms to be listened on, and she always gives me feedback right after she listens to our podcast, lets us know when it's up or not. So I just want to give another big shout out to her. She's been a real big help. Fan from day one, so it's much appreciated for sure.
Chrono, Mr. AKA.
I ain't gonna do an AKA today. I just want to thank our fans. I want to thank Della for taking out the time at work and customizing thumbnails, banners for YouTube. And
so clutch. We need to have her on here.
Clutch. All my family that supports me, my friends. I'm a special shout out to Janice. I know that's my ex, but she really does support me and pushes me to keep doing this, even when sometimes I get down. I'm like, man, she supports me even to this day to keep doing it. So much love.
Oh, he do have a heart.
Oh, man, fuck all that.
Yo, fuck all that. I'm being nice. I'm being nice. I ain't got no fucking heart. I'm a savage, yo. She'll tell you firsthand.
Okay, Devil Dog, go ahead.
Wait for this podcast.
And like I said, if y'all have some, I know we talk a lot of shit on here. It's our podcast. Deal with it. But if y'all got suggestions, if y'all got topics y'all want us to talk about, even if y'all feel we cuss a little bit too much, tell us, yo. We'll hear you out. We'll shout you out. And if I don't like what the fuck you say, I'm gonna tell you fuck you, but it's all love.
AK, we got that Facebook up. I think that's the most user we didn't had in a while. We get most of our stuff on there. Shout out to my girl Lisa, Lala. We're trying to get her on one of these podcasts one of these days. It's just that we always have guests and stuff, so we're gonna have a female on here eventually. So just y'all wait. She's the unofficial first lady of the podcast. I don't care what nobody say. Also, check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Twitter. If you got any suggestions, please leave us in the comment section below. We're gonna play a couple of Harm songs in the middle of the podcast during the break. But I think that's all for. Go ahead.
Last thing. Gameplay might be on the way. Come the first. So we might. I am getting something to record our lobbies when we do our little
Lobbies
fighting
with the
game
Nerd
lobbies. Yeah, lobbies with the
Lobbies
Nerd
with
Boys.
Ooh.
Also with Pokemon, I don't know if people know about Pokemon Showdown. Because I have to get a Switch so I can get the new Pokemon game, but I play a lot of Pokemon Showdown. So we might have some Showdown battles and have the Nerd Boys talking shit, playing Pokemon Showdown. But stay tuned because we will be trying to get more content onto the channel as quickly as possible. Like I said, just give us a little bit of time. Let us get our funds up, our money up. Go ahead and buy the equipment, and we'll start with the gameplay and then eventually try and get to face cams and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Shout out to Skies for getting Harm on here. And this is Nerd Boy Podcast, episode 5. Next episode is going to be, we're going to try to get you one out for Thanksgiving. So while you eating, you can maybe listen to us while you got watching football too. I don't know. But Nerd Boys Podcast, episode 5, and we out.
Yes, sir.